would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the filthy capitalist option. As Sori says, $125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. $125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and you get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at vinsori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go on the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy merch indeed, and y'all shall lead them.
To buy our merch.
Yes, dear listener. Yes, dear listener.
Okay. So we have MF Doom Deep Fried Frenz. Gross. This track is off Doom's second solo title
Rip
album.
in the house! Long time no see! Bumblebee. Alright, let's keep going.
Also, I keep forgetting to tell you in between on the commercial, but Pony has a friend, one of her indigenous friends, that is trying to go through college, and so she was hoping we could announce her, her GoFundMe to help her with that. So,
Where, do we have a link?
I'm sure she sent me the link.
Okay, after next commercial, we'll take care of that for sure.
Okay, but I keep forgetting, so I had to announce it this way.
Maybe brain, I understand. It's a real phenomenon.
Okay, so this track is off Doom's second solo titled album, through his sixth album, counting his alter ego projects and collaborations. Food. This album is that, did I read that wrong? Because I remember there was 2 zeros one time. Yeah.
Instead of MF Doom, Food.
Okay.
It's an anagram, I guess. All right, go ahead. Continue.
This album is my personal favorite of his, and the song still has his usual flood of rhymes, and it's a bit more focused on a particular message, and we will see a little bit more of Doom's actual feelings than usual. Thank you. That's what I was hoping for.
Okay.
I want some feeling.
Let's see it. MF Doom, Deep Fried Frenz. Let's make it happen.
Let's go.
Before we go any further, as you call them, they call you when they need something. Trees for the blunt, to G's for the front. I found a way to get peace of mind for years and left the hell alone. Turn a deaf ear to the cellular phone. Send me a letter or better, we can see each other in real life. Just so you can feel me like a steel knife. At least so you can see the white of their eyes. Bright with surprise once they finish spitting lies. Associates is your boys, your girls, bitches, niggas, homies. Close, but really don't know me. Mom, dad, comrade, peeps, brothers, sisters, duns, dunnies. Some come around when they need some money. Others make us laugh like the Sunday funnies. Fan be around whether you pay the bummy. You can either ignore this advice or take it from me. Be too nice so people take you for a dummy. So nowadays he ain't so friendly. Actually they wouldn't even made a worthy enemy. Read the signs, no feeding the baboons. Seeing as how they got your back bleeding from the stab wounds. Y'all know the dance, they smile in your face, y'all know the glance. Try to put them on, they blow the chance. Never let your so-called mans know your plan. How many of us have them? A show of hands is a term some people use loosely. I'm real choosy on what I choose to let crew see. You telling me I try to act broke. Jealousy the #1 killer among black folk. Fellas be under some type of spell like crack smoke. Ghetto Cinderellas lead them right to your stack lope. Just another way a chick will lead to your end. I checked the dictionary for the meaning of friends. It said person one likes to socialize with, sympathize and help her, and that's about the size of it. Most of the time these attributes is one-sided. To boast of the crime, they have to shoot you through your eyelid and they can't hide it. Going wild like a wild bitch. Sometimes you need to cut niggas off like a light switch. And when things get quiet, catch him like a thief in the night. What a right. I first met Mr. Fantastic at an arms deal. Don't let it get drastic. Think of how
I
your
got that
moms will
one.
feel. When it gets for real, still get the sparking. Everything darkened. It ain't no talking. For something so cheap and so buys a lot of trouble. They better off focusing and trying to plot the bubble. Or else it'd be a sad note to end on. The guns we got is... Some come in the form of codependence. A lot of times only end up being co-defendants. $10 say they tell for a lower sentence and leave you up under the jail begging for repentance. It don't make no sense. What happened to the loyalty? Honor amongst crooks, trust amongst royalty. I'd rather go out in a blaze than give them the glory. A similar story. The four lovers, we need to have some type of overstanding. Just so when I let her get the man thing, she know it's no strings. We could do the damn thing, but ho, it's no rings. Just how the tramp swings. Will she see him again? That depends on how good was the skins and could she memorize the lessons. It ain't no need to pretend. Even though she let him stab it, she know they just win.
And the next nice neighborhood I move into, you guys will get crack.
Negro humor always escaped me.
The most powerful, the most mysterious monarch in all the world. Guarded by a fighting force that never sleeps, that never relaxes its vigilance. For none is as feared, none has as many foes as Doom. The awesome, armor-clad Lord of...
I know who Doom is.
Then tell us.
He happens to be the most dangerous man in the world. I hoped we'd never hear from him. Hoped we never have to battle him. But now the worst has happened, and I must tell you what we're up against. I first met Doom years ago, where he wanted to be alone to pursue his forbidden experiments. One day, while conducting a secret experiment, later, when he recovered from his injuries, instead of having learned his lesson, Doom was bitter, angry, vengeful.
What have I done to myself? My face, it is hideous.
He traveled the world, seeking a cure for his disfigured face.
I'm sorry, sir. There is nothing we can do for you.
He traveled through remote villages, where strangers are seldom seen. He continued his search, never showing his face, unless threatened by bandits who prey on travelers, who foolishly wander alone through their domain.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, I understood a lot of this one. He was talking about friends.
Well, not just friends.
No, actually, people that
friends,
call
family,
themselves your friends.
Lots of different types of relationships.
Yeah,
actually.
but specifically people that call themselves your friends but are not actually there for you. They're just there to use you.
As you call them, they call them when you need something. Trees for the blunt, the G's for the front. So trees for the blunt. Trees is a slang term for weed.
I assumed.
So when you need drug money, you call them, or
Yeah.
G's for the front. Front is when like you're trying
You
to
need
act.
somebody to help you.
Well,
don't wanna
no,
roll
like
deep?
you're trying to act like you're richer than you really are. So it's like, I'm gonna give you, you know, help. Let me get this jacket. So you buy them the jacket. Then they go around and stun on
for
Instagram.
fronting.
They stun on Instagram like they really like that, and they're not really like that.
Yeah.
It could be a lot of things, but fronting is when you're projecting. You know, it's a Jungian sort of. It's the persona, in Jung's term. The persona is a fiction that you project to other people and that they believe. So the ghetto term for persona is front, like you're fronting like you got it like that. You really don't. Trees for the blunt, the G's for the front. I found a way to get peace of mind for years and left the hell alone. Turn a deaf ear to the cellular phone. Like, that's the way to get.
Yeah.
Like when Lindsay wrote a song, actually on her first single on that Martyr record last year, and it was about her cell phone blowing up. Which this was written in 2004. I'm pretty sure well prior to social media. So before Twitter, Facebook, all that shit, he was saying that the way to find peace of mind was to get rid of his cell phone. What's up, A? What you on? So, like, that's crazy to me. Like, even back then, the cell phone was too much if you were basically a celebrity like this dude. But now, pretty much the rate of information that he was probably having to process is probably what every regular teenager deals with now because of social media.
Yeah.
So it's just fascinating, like, again.
Yes, but I think the way that, I mean, he had money and people are coming to him like there's like some people that reach out to me and literally the only time that they reach out to me is when they're asking me for something.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily offend me. I find it to be odd though. Because I've always thought every time that they reach out and then I help them out a little bit or whatever, then I assume that, okay, now they're probably going to want to, send a couple messages in between. Because if you just scroll up, like the whole thing is just asking for stuff and then they never speak to you again. And I just find that to be odd, and it's not like it's just like one random person. It like happens with a couple of people.
It's unbelievable.
So I think that
one of them got like legit angry.
Yeah.
That we weren't shelling out hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
Like, look, and really, you could tell the way he was talking. Like, he really
Oh,
thought
well, that's
he
another
was,
one. That's a different one.
Yeah, he really thought he was the victim.
Yeah.
It was mind-boggling
very,
to watch.
very weird.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like...
Oh, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, there's so many of them. There's so many of them. Like,
yeah.
Let me get this straight. You...
Yeah. And I mean, it's not like we're rolling in the dough, you know what I mean? Like, we both work.
We have a bunch of kids.
And we have 6 kids, another one on the way, so,
But there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people, and obviously, I'm just gonna say it. We're not talking about you, Pony. Obviously, I just didn't want it to be weird because we're talking about trying to help Pony's friends with the GoFundMe, and then this showed up. I just wanted to make it. I want to make it. Pony is not the one. No, it has nothing to do with it.
No.
You know who you are because it's not a mystery.
And Pony can scroll back in all of our messages, and we talk about a bunch of other things.
Right.
And that's, she's not even asking for herself. She's asking for her indigenous friend.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like,
right.
I'm looking at this like he probably had, a decent income, and then he was talking about like how people just want to keep take, and he can't have, it sounds like he can't have any genuine relationships. And a lot of times he tries to hide the fact that he has the money because he talks about, your people being the jealous people. So.
But that's true though. I mean that's.
He says he tries to act like he's broke.
I'm sorry, you don't see white people do that to themselves, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're in a band, and let's say another band hates you, I'm sure bands have beef. Like, they will not fucking kill each other. Like, dudes will kill you. You know what I'm saying? Like, just for being, just for you being famous and rich, they will kill you. Like, and they'll be
and it's crazy because
they'll be much more ready to kill you than the icon of their oppressor. Let me say it that way.
And the bizarre thing is, if they kill you, your income stream stops. You're dead.
Yeah, but
it's
they're not getting your income stream, so they don't care.
Even if you're helping them, they're getting only
because eventually you're gonna stop helping them. Eventually you're gonna be like, yo, like.
Well,
chill.
I think that what happens is, so like I knew somebody, they won the lottery, and so everybody felt like that they deserved some of that. And so people were getting upset. They're like, what? You only gave me a fucking $1,000 and you made X amount? Right. It's like, you just got $1,000 and you didn't have to do anything. You didn't even have to play the lottery. What are you talking about?
Unbelievable.
But no. People are weird with their entitlement. So yeah, that was kind of like sad. And he said, I picked up on one of the lines, guys. I just have to say, where's the one about, he said, Mr. Fantastic.
That was going down. When he was and then you were all happy with yourself because you understood what the line was.
Because he said something about arm. It's Arm and Hammer.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, a cleaning one. I can relatable to a mother.
I first met Mr. Fantastic at an arms deal.
Yeah. Right?
So go ahead with that. Go ahead.
Well, Arm and Hammer, Mr. Fantastic?
What is that?
Well, now let me look, because
That's
now
a
you've
cleaner?
got me.
Listen,
Yeah.
catch him like a thief in the night with what a ride. I first met Mr. Fantastic at an arms deal. Don't let it get drastic. Think of how your moms will feel. So what about that?
Okay, well, I was wrong, I guess. I thought it was... Looks
Mr.
like
Fantastic.
Mr. Fantastic is some character.
Yeah, remember, he's Dr. Doom. So who's Dr. Doom?
Yeah, but you know what I was
Dr. Doom
thinking?
goes against the Fantastic Four. And Mr. Fantastic
I was thinking
is the
of
leader.
Mr. Clean. I'm wrong.
Oh, so the entire time
Oh,
you're like,
right.
oh!
No, I thought I had something.
Oh, you look like a fool.
Yeah, I thought it was
look
this
like
guy.
a fool.
And then, and you know what? It even made more sense to me because it said something about your mom's being sad. Because, like, I don't know if you've ever seen these, but like moms for the longest time were posting these pictures of Mr. Clean with his earring and all that, and they'd be like, you know, I'm gonna sit down, and it was making it seem like, you know, they were having a sexual engagement, but they were cleaning. But
okay.
This guy. So, yeah, what a disappointment. Forget about it. It's Mr. Clean, not Mr. Fantastic. So fuck you all for laughing at me. Carry on.
But he had that thing where, like, this was so true right here. This was so true. He says some come in the form of co-defendants. A lot of times only end up being co-defendants. $10 say he'll tell, and then $10 says he'll tell for a lower sentence and leave you up under the jail begging for a penance. Like, that is so crazy because it's so real. Like, a lot of I'm listening to this, the biography of T. Roy, which is King Von's best friend. And between the two of them, they killed like 11 people in Chicago. And what ended up happening was, you had the initial cycle of violence where they killed Von's friend right in front of
I gotta
him.
say, Fantastic is spelled with a K here,
Yeah,
which is a cleaner. Are you sure that there's no correlation?
I mean, well, because of the Dr. Doom aspect of it, I think you're gonna.
Yeah,
have
but
a hard time.
why would he spell it that way?
He said he met Mr. Fantastic at an arms deal.
Yeah, Mr. Fantastic is spelt with a C, and he put it with a K like the cleaner.
Okay.
I feel like there's something there. I'm
All right, feel how you want to feel.
Okay, I'm sorry, and I totally interrupted a very horrible thing. Believe. Go ahead.
Well, no. So Vaughn sees one of his best friends, White. He got killed basically right in front of him. So he wanted to get revenge. So T. Roy, which is one of Vaughn's other friends, they go and do this drive-by and they get revenge. Well, after that, they basically started getting addicted to going on these drills and killing these people. Now, they're killing their enemies. They didn't kill their enemies all the time. There are a couple times they killed a couple innocent people. But it was this weird, they genuinely loved each other. So, like Vaughn got jammed. He got locked up, and Roy was robbing people to generate bond money to get Vaughn out of jail. Like, they truly loved each other. Vaughn had shot, like, a couple people in broad daylight, never said anything, never said a word. His co-defendant started singing like everything, but Vaughn didn't say anything. So they threatened to kill the co-defendant, obviously. So the guy says, all right, but like it was very strange. Like, I was watching Vaughn and T. Roy's relationship. They like genuinely loved each other. T. Roy got killed when Vaughn was in prison. When Vaughn got out, they killed like 10 people after that. Like, they started the whole Get Back Gang thing.
Yeah.
They killed Duck's brother, Duck's cousin. I mean, they just went through they just killed everybody, broad daylight, like in traffic, all types of shit, shooting innocent people. Like, he went.
And all people like in their 20s, right?
What do you mean? Vaughn wasn't even 20 when he had his first body. He killed that girl Shakira, and he went to school. He made it to first period with her blood on his, like, they blasted her. He shot her 9 times in the face. And then went to school for the whole day, like, with her blood all on his shit. Yeah, like, these kids were they were fucking sociopaths, man. But the point is, like, I'm looking at their relationship, and like, everybody on the good side, the bad side, whatever, they're like, oh yeah, they loved each other, blah blah blah, and I'm like, yeah, bro, they loved each other, but that was like the height of a toxic codependent relationship. They became like completely codependent on each other, because like after you've killed, and that's the thing, like people think that they're in bonds with people because when in reality it's just shared trauma. It's not actual shared love, it's shared trauma. Like a lot of people in the military, it's like, oh, I love this person and blah blah blah, and it's like, it's not really love, man, it's shared trauma. But it's a weird dynamic, because if you're in a certain culture, it's like, oh, I'll die for you. Like it's harder to live like a normal life for some of these people. So like people make it sound like it's virtuous, like I'll die for you, but when you're enculturated in those types of cultures, sometimes you'd rather die than live a normal life. So when they're saying that, it's not really because I love you, it's because I'm so sick in the head, we have shared trauma, and I don't want to live in a world where we're not killing people. But you know, if you do that, then you yourself are going to end up dead. Those relationships are very rare. Those kinds of codependent relationships like Vaughn and T-Roy are extremely rare. This is what's most common, which is, yeah, you guys are having all this fun in this codependent relationship, and you guys are doing all this evil shit, and the more bad shit you're doing, the more you break the law, the closer you think you are, and then as soon as you get jammed up, one guy's gonna tell. And that's what ends up happening. That was like real, that was real life. Real life. Really good song.
Yeah. Obviously, this one was more emotional, and, you know, we got, like, it was more relatable, I think, to...
Mr. Fantastic is a rapper that collaborates with Doom on this album. So, there you go.
Oh.
But I'm assuming that Mr. Fantastic got his name because he's contrasting himself with MF Doom, who is obviously Dr. Doom. Okay.
So I liked this one better because obviously the whole storyline of like friends and you know, people that you can't rely on, like that's, I think, extremely relatable to a lot of people. I mean, and it's interesting because you got to look at both sides of that. One is to look at it like, yeah, all these people have been betraying me. But at the same time, how many people do you think would look at you as one of the betrayers too? You know what I mean? Like one of those friends that's not really, you know, I don't know. You're not really there all the time, but then all of a sudden when you need something, you're like, yo, I gotta reach out to that person and get that thing or whatever it is. So that was kind of good because I was looking at both sides for myself personally. And there was a lot of the different things that he was saying, like I could understand where he was coming from, and it didn't need a whole lot of explaining, I felt. I really like it when they have the video like we had before, where you see how all the rap, like all the schemes go together. So I was a little bummed out that we didn't have that this time, but yeah, I definitely like this one. I definitely like this one the best. I'm gonna go with a 9.3, even though I didn't, you know, I didn't have Mr. Fantastic. I'm just gonna still go with it, Mr. Fantastic.
I'm gonna give this one a 9.5.
What did I just give it? A 9.3?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think I enjoyed it as much as the other one, and he was saying some real shit.
Yeah.
So I really, really enjoyed that one. So that's a 9.5. Shout out to Jane64. We shall return, dear listener.
Next up is River Song.
Halfway there. River Song is next.
No, we're not even halfway. Sorry, out.
Go.